All right, so what if I told you the secret to really powerful communication wasn't about learning more words, but actually using fewer? Today, we're going to dive into a pretty wild idea that basically flips our whole understanding of language right on its head. It's all about the power of keeping things simple.
Okay, just look at this number for a second. Over 171,000. That's how many words the Oxford English Dictionary says are currently in use in the English language. I mean, that's an absolute ocean of vocabulary, right? So you gotta ask, how could anyone ever be expected to master all of that?
But what if you could say pretty much anything you wanted with total clarity using just 850 words? Yeah, 850. This is where things get really interesting because you start to realize the key isn't about having more words. It's about having the right words. Sometimes all those extra words just create more confusion than anything else. They end up being a barrier instead of a bridge to understanding. So what if there was a way to just cut through all that noise with one simple system? Well, there is. It's called Basic English. And honestly, it's a brilliant system that was designed almost 100 years ago to solve this exact problem. The whole idea was to focus on a core, super functional vocabulary. So what is it exactly? Well, Basic English is this really carefully selected list of just 850 words. The goal was huge, to create a version of English that was super easy to learn and could work as a clear international language for, everything from business and trade to just traveling the world. And look, don't make the mistake of thinking this is some kind of system that limits what you can say. It's actually the complete opposite. Basic English is all about stripping away the unnecessary stuff, all the noise, so you can unlock the clearest, most powerful message. Okay, which brings us to the big question, right? How is that even possible? How can a tiny list of 850 words do the heavy lifting of over 170,000? Well, the secret, it's all in how incredibly versatile those core words are.
And to really see this in action, we're gonna zoom in on just one word, a word that proves this point perfectly, the word low.
So yeah, low is the perfect case study here. Why? Because it's not only on that Basic English 850 list, it's also one of the 1,000 most common words in the entire language. That alone tells you just how much work this one simple word is doing every single day. Okay, so let's break this down. You're about to see just how unbelievably flexible this one simple three-letter word really is. It wears a lot of different hats, believe me. First up, we've got its most common meaning, which is all about quantity or value. Think about costs or temperatures or just general amounts of stuff. Like in the sentence, my pay is very low, so it's hard to live here. Boom. That one word low instantly communicates the entire financial struggle. Super efficient. Okay, next meaning. Low can also describe physical position. We're talking about height, about something being close to the ground. For example, the bridge is too low for the truck to go under it. Right away, you get this perfect mental picture of the physical problem, the barrier. All right, then we move into more abstract territory, using low to talk about quality. It's a really simple way to say something is just, poorly made or bad.
You see this in a sentence like, I bought a low-quality bag and it already has a hole in it. See? The word low is doing all the work there. It's telling you everything you need to know about the bag's terrible craftsmanship.
The word low also finds its way into the world of sound. A low sound can mean two things, really. It can be about pitch, like a deep bass note, or it can simply mean quiet. Yeah, think about music for a second. On the piano, the left hand plays the low notes and the right hand plays the high notes. In this case, low is describing a very specific sound frequency. And finally, we get to our emotions. I mean, if you say you're feeling low, everyone instantly knows what you mean. They get that you're sad or down. It's such a powerful and short way to describe a really complex feeling. A lot of the word's power also comes from what it isn't. We understand low so well because we know its opposites: high, good, loud, bright. This whole network of meaning, of contrasts, gives the word incredible depth without adding a single bit of complexity. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. After this deep dive into just one word, low, what does it really tell us about the power of keeping language simple? I mean, look at this. It's all right here. One single word, low, and it covers 5 totally different categories: value, position, quality, sound, and emotion. That is just a masterclass in efficiency.
And that right there, that's the secret engine behind basic English. The whole system works because it picks words that are basically like Swiss Army knives. They're simple, they're common, and they are incredibly versatile.
So I'm going to leave you with this thought to chew on. In a world that's just full of endless information and complexity, what if the most powerful way to communicate isn't by adding more, but by choosing less? What if the clearest message you can send is also the simplest one?